A known killer committed to Eastern State Hospital only to escape. But we're not talking about Phillip Paul.
The idiots out there did the same thing with him as they did Roseberry.
Tonight, the eerily similar case that has haunted one local family for decades, and why they say the problems at Eastern State Hospital run deeper than anyone imagines.
It's been 30 years. Haven't they learned anything yet?
It's been 1 week since a criminally insane killer disappeared from Eastern State Hospital custody at the Spokane County Interstate Fair. Tonight, he is back in custody, but KXLY4 is now learning about more serious mistakes made at Eastern State. The latest case to surface, Morris Roseberry. In 1979, he killed a Wenatchee woman after he was released from the hospital. KXLY4's McKay Allen spoke to his victim's daughter today. McKay?
I did, and she was shocked, horrified to learn that 30 years later, someone else was able to leave Eastern State Hospital custody. She says 30 years after her mother was killed, apparently DSHS and Eastern State Hospital have learned nothing.
Do you blame Eastern State Hospital?
I blame Eastern State Hospital.
30 years ago, almost to the day, Lorene Hoener's mother was murdered.
She did not deserve this.
She was shot to death on her front porch while she was snapping beans and petting her cat.
She was an angel. She was a sweetheart. She helped everybody.
74-year-old Hazel Massey was shot 9 times in the head and neck, shot by this man, Morris Roseberry.
And they said, "Do you know what you did?" He says, "I just shot my neighbor lady, Mrs. Massey."
You think if Eastern would have done their job, the state hospital had done their job, your mother would still be alive?
Yes. Yes.
In 1979, Roseberry nearly beat his own mother to death. He was found innocent by reason of insanity and sent to Eastern State Hospital, but shortly he was released. It was during that release he killed Hazel Massey.
We had no idea that that man was that dangerous. After
he killed Massey, Roseberry was sent back to Eastern State Hospital. In the next 3 years, he was temporarily released 2 more times because he was making progress. In 1982, he briefly escaped before being captured a few days later.
It surprised me that they hadn't done anything to correct their mistakes after 30 years.
Police are searching for criminally insane killer Phillip Paul.
When Hoener saw that another insane killer, Phillip Paul, had escaped, she couldn't believe it.
How stupid were they to take him in the first place? And then how stupid were they to just let him run free in there?
She simply can't believe 30 years after her mother was gunned down by a man Eastern State Hospital released, another killer was allowed to escape.
The whole system is broken. It's been broken for 30 years that I know of. God only knows how long before that.
Another concern here, the victim's family has no idea where Roseberry is. We called Eastern State Hospital and DSHS today, and they said because of federal privacy laws, they couldn't tell us if Roseberry was still in state custody or even being supervised at all. But KXLY has learned that Roseberry was conditionally released from Eastern State Hospital in 2006. This makes at least 4 times he's been released. Reporting live, McKay Allen, KXLY 4 HD News.